playing basketball. Like, honestly, like, I didn't get to play last year, so played a few games, but just being on the court and having fun and smiling.
Caitlin Clark three-point shot definitely appears to be back. We know she went through a rough stretch where she was like 3 for 30 or something. Yeah, the GOAT. Logo threes are back, y'all. Logo threes are back.
When Caitlin Clark walked back into the Team USA gym, it wasn't dramatic at first. No cameras rushing in, no speeches, just the sound of sneakers on hardwood and a ball bouncing softly as she began warming up. But something felt different immediately. Conversations lowered, heads turned, there was a subtle shift in energy, like the air itself had tightened. She had been gone longer than anyone wanted to admit. Injuries stacked on top of each other, one cruel interruption after another, turning what should have been a dominant follow-up season into months of watching from the sideline. A groin issue slowed her down, then the quad, then the ankle bruise that finally shut the door. 13 games. That was all she had after rewriting the record books as a rookie. Plenty of time for doubt to grow. People whispered that the magic might be gone. They stopped whispering when the first shot went up. It wasn't a cautious jumper. It wasn't a feel-it-out release. It was deep, confident, clean. The ball barely touched the net. Then, another, and another. Shots that didn't care about distance or reputation. The kind of shots that forced defenders to rethink their entire approach to the game. The rust everyone expected never appeared. It dissolved almost instantly. Her movement looked lighter than before. Sharper, the hesitation that had crept into her game during her injury stretch was gone. Earlier in the season, when she was missing everything from deep, it wasn't hard to see why. No legs, no lift, pain in every push. But now, her balance was back. Her timing was precise. The ball came off her hands the way it always had when she was at her best. Watching her felt like watching someone reclaim something that had always belonged to them. On the sideline, Sue Bird watched quietly. No applause. No reaction. Just a look of recognition. She'd seen this before. She'd lived it. The calm dominance, the control, the kind of presence that doesn't ask for attention but commands it anyway. While Clark settled into the rhythm of the gym, pressures started creeping in elsewhere.
While she was clearly injured, didn't have her legs, and she wasn't herself.
I think Coach Kara is, obviously she knows just as good as anybody else what USA basketball is all about, winning a gold medal.
Angel Reese felt it. From the beginning, the contrast was obvious. Clark moved as if she understood every inch of the floor before the play even developed. Reese played as if she was still waiting for the game to slow down. Team USA practices don't slow down, they accelerate. Coach Kara Lawson's system demanded constant motion, instant decisions, and space creation on every possession. Clark thrived in it. Reese struggled. As drills continued, the difference became harder to ignore. Clark pushed the pace effortlessly, threading passes through traffic, finding Aaliyah Boston and Jackie Young in stride, never holding the ball longer than necessary. The offense flowed when she touched it. Defenses bent, rotations broke. When the ball went into the post, everything tightened. Possessions stalled. Physical moves that worked elsewhere didn't work here. International defenders didn't budge. They anticipated, they recovered, they forced quicker decisions than Reese seemed ready to make. It began to feel like two timelines running at once. By the second day, the tension had surfaced fully. During full-court scrimmages, Clark took over without saying a word.
So it appears that Caitlin Clark is truly back healthy. The three-point shot is back. The logo threes are back. And
and then additionally, she's been a part of a lot of different Olympic teams, whether it's 3-on-3 stuff, whether it's obviously.
She ran fast breaks like she was born into them, pulling defenders out of position, creating space that didn't seem possible, then punishing the smallest mistakes with shots that silenced the gym for half a second before it erupted again. Reese's frustration became impossible to miss. When the ball didn't come her way, her shoulders dropped. Missed attempts were followed by stares toward the bench. Body language replaced effort. Veterans noticed. Coaches noticed. Teammates felt it. Then came the shot. Clark pulled up from well beyond the arc, the kind of distance that makes defenders hesitate and crowds inhale. The ball dropped cleanly through the net. The gym exploded. Teammates reacted instantly. Everyone did except Reese. She turned away from the court, walked straight to the bench, grabbed her gear, and let the frustration spill out. Complaints followed. About the offense, about respect, about not being featured, about past accomplishments. At Team USA camp, while one player was lighting up the scoreboard, Coach Lawson tried to steady the moment, to bring the conversation back to roles, to team concepts, to what it meant to wear the jersey. But Reese wasn't listening anymore. When it became clear that her role would be defense and rebounding, not starring touches, something snapped. She walked out, not to cool off, not to regroup. She left the camp entirely. The gym went quiet in a different way this time. Sue Bird looked stunned. So did others who had spent their entire careers sacrificing ego for the national program. No one chased her. No one argued. The coaches simply turned back to the floor and kept going. And that's when the real picture emerged. Clark and Aaliyah Boston moved together like they'd been teammates for years. Pick and rolls unfolded perfectly. Cuts were timed before defenders could react. Boston seemed to know where Clark would be before the ball even left her hands. It was instinctive, natural, unselfish. When Boston scored, Clark celebrated. When Clark hit another deep three, Boston was already boxing out. No one cared who got credit. The scoreboard did the talking. That was the future. The irony lingered heavy. Reese had spent years building an image of toughness. But the moment someone outplayed her on the biggest practice floor possible, she crumbled. Clark, who had carried more pressure than almost anyone in women's basketball, didn't say a word. She just kept playing. By the end of the scrimmage, the difference wasn't subtle. It wasn't about points. It was about understanding the game at its highest level. As the road to the 2026 World Cup and the 2028 Olympics continues, the shift is undeniable. Caitlin Clark isn't just part of Team USA's future. She is the engine of it. She raises the level of everyone around her. She defines the pace. She sets the standard. If you can't keep up, you get exposed. Reese didn't get pushed out. She stepped away. And that decision will echo far longer than any practice clip ever could. Clark stayed, finished every drill, took every rep, proved once again that greatness isn't about the cameras or the noise. It's about the work no one sees. This wasn't chaos. It was clarity. And the scariest part for the rest of the world is that Caitlin Clark isn't just back. She's better than she's ever been. What do you think about Angel Reese walking out of Team USA camp? Was it a power move or a massive mistake? And has Caitlin Clark officially separated herself from everyone else? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more stories from the game.